Hi, it's the lead up to the federal election. It's on May 2nd, and tonight we're here at Candidate to meet the candidates from Edmonton-Centre. We'll be asking them 4 questions. Each candidate is asked the same question. One is related to energy policy and Canada's role in implementing renewable energy initiatives. The second is related to voter apathy and engagement and what role the parties have. And the third is related to coalition governments and whether or not they work in Canada. Finally, the candidates are each given an opportunity to reach out to Edmonton-Centre voters.
I'm Michael Paulson. I'm the leader of the Pirate Party of Canada, and I'm running in Edmonton-Centre. Well, the Pirate Party doesn't have a comprehensive platform. We're an issue-based party, and issues outside of free speech, copyright law, patent law, privacy, open government, that sort of thing, issues outside of that are left up to the individual candidates. So personally, my belief is that we're better off taxing than regulating. So we should tax poor choices and use that money to subsidize good choices. So for instance, we should be taxing Hummers and using that money to subsidize Priuses. The important thing is that this remain a closed economy, so that when we're taxing a particular product, we're not putting anything back into the government coffers. It remains revenue neutral. So every dollar that's taxed from one thing ends up put directly into another product. Well, I mean, voter apathy is a major concern, especially among young voters. And I believe that is affecting democracy today. It's pushing issues relevant to voters right off of the board. And that's something that we do need to deal with. And part of the problem is just that politicians don't speak for issues related to young people. I know here in Edmonton-Centre, there are 6 candidates. 3 of them are over 60. The other 2 are over 40. And then there's myself, I'm 23. And politics is very much seen as an old man's game. And that is the biggest problem that we're dealing with today. We need to get rid of that attitude. We need to get young blood in Parliament. We need to get new ideas, and ultimately we need to get politicians who will speak for issues that do engage young people. I believe that a coalition is a fundamental part of democracy, especially in a parliamentary system. It's something that we don't see in Canada very much, but we see it around the world. It works very well because democracy is based on negotiation. It's based on compromise. It's based on people of different views coming together with different ideas and ultimately arriving at a consensus that'll suit everyone. That's what it's all about, and there's nothing that serves that better than a minority government or a coalition, because we do need to discuss issues. We do need to represent our constituents directly. So yeah, I have absolutely no problem with a coalition government. Well, personally, I believe that democracy is best served by direct representation. This is technically a representative democracy we live in, and we need a MP who is willing to represent their constituents. Now, that's not something that any of the other candidates can do. For them, if they say one thing in Parliament and the party tells them something else, they have to toe the party line or they're out. My party encourages our MPs to speak directly for their constituents, to represent them in Parliament, and ultimately to reinforce democracy in Canada. So I encourage you to vote Pirate, to protect democracy, and ultimately to be represented in Parliament. That's what I'm here for.